My name is Cunningham. I'm the proud mayor of the village of Palmetto Bay, and I've lived here in Palmetto Bay since 1996. So I probably moved here for the same reason many of the residents I speak to moved here. We have amazing schools, great parks, wonderful recreational opportunities here in the village. But I think the thing that sets the village of Palmetto Bay apart from all of the other municipalities is the amazing residents. We have a community that is very service-oriented, is kind, and really enjoys living here in Palmetto Bay. I'm a teacher. I taught first grade for 18 years. Later, I transferred over to working with United Teachers of Dade. United Teachers of Dade is the labor organization that represents teachers and supports and advocates for public education and our students and teachers as well. I think really there were my beginnings of political interest. I decided to run for mayor in 2017. I had served on council at that point for about 3 years. I felt that I could do even more service and be more connected with the community if I took the next leap of faith, which was to run for mayor. That election was in 2018, and we ran a successful campaign, and I became mayor. I really see myself as a facilitator. You know, I'm a teacher, and I think I lead with the head and the heart of a teacher. Oftentimes on council, there are difficult decisions that need to be made. We have a very engaged community, which I personally love. My background with the union, I love grassroots organizing and really being connected and hearing from the people. Bringing those two components together, where you have an engaged village and a council that has to make tough decisions, I think I have the skill set that enables me to be able to facilitate that. Community service really is my lifeblood. I grew up with my mom as a nurse here in South Florida, my dad a mail carrier, my stepfather a doctor in the community. And then myself, I turned to teaching and then advocacy with the teachers union. So I really consider community service the lifeblood of any community. We have residents in our community that are so community-minded, working on big and small initiatives on their own. And when I ran for mayor, I wanted to make one of my initiatives to bring all of those great folks together to be able to serve with the mayor. I think you have to lead by example, not only for our children, but also for the adults in the community. We've had one of our very first projects with Serve with the Mayor, and we painted and repaired an area that really needed some uplifting on 184th Street. And much to my surprise, there were people from all walks of life that came out, not only from the village of Palmetto Bay, but people heard about the project from Cutler Bay as well. We have really unique, exciting opportunity here in the village of Palmetto Bay. We have the downtown urban village, which essentially will become our downtown Palmetto Bay. And creating that in a way that it meshes and blends with the fabric of the village of Palmetto Bay, I think is going to be probably one of the most important tasks that this particular council works on. Our community is built on mom and pop businesses that have had long standing in our community. How do we bring the amenities that our community is looking for, the restaurants, the retail, the commercial opportunities, right to that downtown area while maintaining these amazing mom and pop village businesses that have been with us since the very beginning? Downtown Palmetto Bay is going to be extremely important to the village of Palmetto Bay. I think it's going to kind of complete the rest of our village. It's going to create a community space, a destination for our village existing residents and new residents to be able to gather. The village of Palmetto Bay has a very deep history in wanting to create a community that is environmentally friendly and green. We started with many initiatives from past administrations, including our Platinum LEED certified City Hall. We have designations from Tree City and Green City USA, but all of those initiatives can be improved upon. We're in the process right now, especially as we embark on this downtown Palmetto Bay concept, of creating a community that's resilient. participating in strategies like Resilient 305 that municipalities across the Miami-Dade County are participating in, but also more locally working with local organizations, the Deering Foundation, Deering Estate, to create resiliency within our community and really kind of building on the initiatives that we've already put in place. The village of Palmetto Bay has a very unique demographic. We have over 25% of our residents from the ages of 5 to 17 and over 15% residents over the age of 65. Finding out how we combine those so people can age in place in the village of Palmetto Bay is going to be very important as we move forward. We have an age-friendly initiative in Palmetto Bay that will put in place the components that are so important, whether you are 5 or whether you are 65. Looking at not only development in Palmetto Bay that's age-friendly, incorporating sidewalks, areas where there can be activities for the youth and areas that there can be activities for our older population. For me, elected life is not about me. It's about the residents of Palmetto Bay. I love Palmetto Bay. I really can't emphasize that enough. I love this city and I love our residents. I've tried over the course of my tenure to incorporate as many voices as possible. I know from my long activism with the teachers union and from my work with first grade students that you have to engage people where they are. So I have created many initiatives that are a signature, I guess, if you will, to bring community together where they meet. Whether it's Saturdays in the park, walking with residents to talk about the parks, see the parks from their eyes, whether it's hearing from our little voices, because those are important too. They make up over 25% of our beautiful community. My annual Kids Town Hall focusing on initiatives that the children would like to see in our community. And then more recently, being able to pull in the voices of our seniors and engaging them not only in lunch and learns, but also in activities that keep them active members of our society. So if I think about in years to come and look back on my tenure, my legacy for the village, I hope that it'll be one that had every voice heard and that not only the council but our residents knew that their voice was important to policy, process, and overall presence in the village of Palmetto Bay. South Dade is changing and a lot more people are moving to South Dade because it's much more economical place to live other than, let's say, the beaches or the downtown or Brickell area. So as we see more people moving to the village of Palmetto Bay and beyond, because a lot of our traffic issues are because we have people coming through as they're trying to traverse to get to work. So how do we address these issues? There really are no easy answers, but there are some components that we can build in to make more pleasant travel through the village of Palmetto Bay. Some of those we've already put into place. The iBus, for example. Currently, our iBus from St. Richard's on 152nd moves about 400 unique riders every week to and from the Metro Rail on the South Dade Transitway, which is a huge benefit. Many of the folks that are using this particular resource were not transit riders, so we're actually moving people, getting them acclimated to transit when they didn't use transit previously. Looking at other new opportunities, freebie for example. How can we move people from one location to the other within the village of Palmetto Bay and they don't have to pull their car out of their garage? I want residents to know their voice matters. Get involved. My career here in the village of Palmetto Bay began because I became a member of our Education Advisory Council. Palmetto Bay has over 12 committees. Anything that whets your appetite, anything that you are interested, any change you are interested in facilitating, reach out, get involved. You can contact me personally or one of your other council members. We'd love to have you on board with helping create an even better Palmetto Bay. So looking down the road to the next 5, 10, 15 years, I see the village of Palmetto Bay as being a real focal point in Miami-Dade County with a vibrant, walkable, bikeable destination for the residents, not only those living here in the village of Palmetto Bay, but in surrounding areas. I want to see a community where people come to raise their families, grow their families, and they don't want to leave. They live here throughout their senior years, and they can do all of that in the village of Palmetto Bay. At the end of the day, I think making sure that Palmetto Bay is an even better place to live, work, learn, and play.